Hello everyone, I am Mansi Sharma and you're watching me on Impact. Today we are going to have a very interesting conversation which is going to be about this very buzzy, very latest campaign that Kotak Securities has just come out with. To delve deeper into it, to tell us what was the idea behind the campaign, how they are progressing with the media plan, we are very pleased to have Mehrotra, who's the Chief Marketing Officer of Kotak Securities, with us today. Welcome, Iti. Very nice to have you here today.
Hi, Mansi. Thank you so much for having me here.
I hope you are having a nice time. Work is going well, life is going well.
Life and work both are going days right now.
Very tez, and you have come out with a very tez campaign as well, very recently. Can you just start with briefing us about the campaign, what the whole idea was about, and how you have turned it into what we are seeing on screen these days?
Okay, so a lot of factors um, that probably led to this. So if you see like Kotak's bank subsidiary, Kotak Securities, okay, we've been uh, we've been leading one of the leading brokers probably when since the time when just traditional broking used to be the norm.
Yeah.
Okay, landscape has changed entirely. Customers are still coming to us and they're choosing to stay with us. We at Kotak Securities firmly believe that's because customer is at the center of all the decision making that happens here. Having said that, we also need to see what's happening in the external environment and the internal environment, right? So the Indian stock market saw a huge surge during the pandemic. We used to be at around, say, 3 crore demat accounts in FY19. Now we're talking about a 15 crore number. Okay. Almost now, though, the story is every month you hear 40, 50 lakh demat accounts getting opened. So there is a lot of, and who's coming actually, this youth who's entering the market, right? They're choosing stock markets over the traditional investment avenues. Okay. They want to beat inflation. They want to make their money work. And this has also been fueled by the the market, right? And not the traditional, just the smartphones and the Aadhaar and the story that we keep hearing is the net connectivity. It's also about financial literacy. It's and if not just if not technically we call it literacy, it's also about information being available whenever they want at the click of button. So they feel they can make much more informed decisions, probably which previous generations were not able to do, right? And also this is aided by discount brokers coming in, better platforms for which enable quick account opening, right? And discount broking pricing also is very attractive for this space. So it's a growing market and more youth coming in. Now, this should be a good news, right, for everyone. More people coming in. But we had a challenge, and challenge is very different for us. We are a bank-based broker. Okay, we are associated as handling large monies, elite broker. So it does not work well for us when you suddenly change the TG. When the TG is youth, they think that this broker is for my elder brother, he's for my father who have amassed some wealth after having worked or being in business for a good number of years. Probably we're not the right partner for them when they're starting out the investment journey. So this is first perception challenge that we hit because mix, the TG mix is changing, right? Second is uh, the legacy is about trust, right? You talk trust when you think legacy. But when this younger generation thinks legacy, they think bad tech. They think ये तो digital नहीं होंगे. So these are the perception challenges that were very new to us from the previous old era, Kotak Securities marketing to the new era uh, challenges that we are seeing today. Okay. This is the entire in external framework that we're talking about. Internally at Kotak Securities, this is another stuff that was happening. We were a broker who had a website and an app. Okay, so we were not the traditional thought कि अरे इनके पास app website नहीं होगा. We but we also acknowledge the fact that, okay, somebody who's making a tech stack in today's world versus somebody who built like us a tech stack probably a decade back. The technologies available, the framework available, things have changed. So we may be right and good to go now, but to stay ahead in the future as well, we will have to upgrade a tech stack. But we did not choose to just, put keep adding features in the tech stack that we had. We invested in a completely new tech stack from scratch, which is Kotak Neo that you see today. So we started off in this journey around 3 years back, and there is this Kotak Neo as a new platform that we've made. And we're very proud to say that every sprint of Kotak Neo that happens, okay, every release that happens, it is post customer feedback. So the new features that are released or the changes in the features that are done, it is post the customer feedback was done. And that's on the platform side, okay. We also saw that the youngsters that are coming in, okay, uh, they want to focus on learning about the market. We did not want them to worry about brokerage. So if you see the plans that are in the market today, 2020, 2020, we brought in a plan called Trade for Youth for these youngsters, which is 000. Don't worry about brokerage. Focus on investing journey. Get started there first. So internally, we felt we are ready for the youth, but externally, there is a perception challenge that was there, and that's how a need for campaign, pressed on. There is definitely some need to go and talk to these customers. But when we did data mining, we spoke to the customers, a lot of prospects. We realized that this customer is very informed and smart. He need not be told, oh, you should invest. We should not be telling this customer, oh, this is how you do it. They know their priorities, they know their goals, they know they have to invest their time and money for a better future. So we have presented Kotak Neo as that partner, not just an investment tool. It's that enabler that helps you achieve your goals, your priorities right. You would like to, this customer wants a fast-paced life. They want to trade on the go. They want seamless trading experience, investing experience. So we position Kotak Neo as that right partner. So the campaign revolves around these days investors. The campaign does not revolve around the product. And we are saying that, okay, yes, you are making the right choices, and we want to stay with you while you're making these choices.
And that's a very interesting thought process to lead with, just to acknowledge that your TG might not be as unaware about the products and the services as someone in this category would assume a youth or a youngster to be. So I really like that thought point that you started with mentioning, that I know that they are aware that they have to invest and this is the tool that is available, but how we can partner better. Now, with any idea to put it across the market, and you already mentioned the perception challenge that Kotak Securities might have in this space, and Kotak Neo being a very new product in the market available, there are two aspects to it. How you deal with it. One is the creative messaging, and secondly, the media vehicle. So let's just start one by one with that. We will go in with the creative idea first. How was the script developed? What kind of agency partners or creative partners you had on board? And what was the general process of, these are going to be our characters, these are going to be our storylines, and you have shot them in different locations. Why were those specific locations picked for this campaign?
So if you look at the storyline, we've picked up, we're showcasing two individuals, and both are on their phones, because that's what we all are, right? Today everybody's on their phone, somebody is doing something. So somebody is actually gaming, somebody is actually shopping, and there is another set of people who are putting the time to invest. So that's how the location came in. We wanted to, or the setting came in. We wanted to uh, showcase very what generally where the time is going for everyone, and the time is going into, say, binging, or time is going into say gaming or shopping or investing, and it's all happening on phone. So we felt such locations where we could show people busy in their regular lives, okay, and while you from a zoom out lens, you will see, oh, everybody's doing the same thing. But when you look closer, you will find different people are choosing to do different things. And that is where we chose there is one set of audience who has chosen to just take a better step towards their financial future. So this entire concept for us was cracked by Cartwheel Creative Consultancy, who are our creative agency. They've been with Kotak Group for quite some time, and they've been our partners in helping us solve these brand and positioning challenges. For we roped in Kerosene Films as our production house, and on the media side, we have Waymaker from Group M who are helping us navigate the media problems.
That's very interesting. Now coming to the media part of it, what's the media plan like? Which all platforms, which all channels you are covering with this campaign, and why have you chosen those specific vehicles or those specific, media platforms to be putting this campaign out?
So, see, I'm sure after this conversation, it's very clear that digital is the integral part, right? So the campaign is on digital and TV. Digitally, we've tried to be there where the customer is, right? That's every brand intention. So be it the customer is on social, he's on OTT, whether he's on CTV or in fact financial websites, we've tried to be present there. And on TV, because we've acknowledged the fact that we are talking to an informed customer who is making the investment decisions. So on TV, that's why the skew is towards news channels and the share market or business channels.
Quite an interesting media mix. Now, if we focus on digital first, it is also a very crowded space, especially in the investing sector and stuff. A lot of players have come up over the last few years. How are you making sure that you are reaching the right TG? Are you doing a lot of targeted, hyper targeted advertising? Are you focusing on programmatic and stuff? What is the approach to handling digital so that you reach the right customer who is very intentional to buy your products or use the services?
So see, first we've been conscious of not trying to reach everyone and anyone. That's the first conscious call we took. So we cannot talk to the 140 crore audience of India. Okay, so we've been mindful that in our targeting, using programmatic and the targeting available on various platforms, that we talk to the customer who is on the verge or has already made a decision to invest. Okay, so that's first leg. And second leg, we've also tried to uh, focus geographically on the cities which are seeing more participation today. Okay, so that's the kind of focus that's there. And while planning or choosing various properties that are very available on the platforms, we've tried to not go on 500 properties, but probably go on maybe 10 properties or 15 properties, but have a larger SOV there so that we don't get lost in this entire advertising digital place, especially when in our industry, advertising is very, very heavy from all the players.
That makes a lot of sense. And as you mentioned, to reach the people who have already made a decision to invest, I think that gives you a very good point to just segregate your target audience from rest of the competitions as a starting point to identify where you want to put your money. Uh, Coming to television, you said news channels, and when the share market news is running specifically, then
Yeah, yeah. No,
so
both
how
news channels and business news
and
channels.
business news channels. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what kind of ad slots have you purchased? What's the ad volume that we are looking at for this specific campaign?
So we're trying for a fair share of visibility on a daily basis if you look at
Hmm.
the news channels. Uh, Not commenting on the exact quantity, but yeah, if we will be visible when you switch on the news channels and the share market channels. That's there. Obviously, when you look at our industry, all of us, not just us, we choose to be visible during the market hours. because again, when the TG that we're talking about, they're more active during the market hours than the non-market hours. So that's the a few tidbits that have gone into the planning.
So are you going to be completely absent during the non-market hours or still going to be there during non-market hours?
So no, we've very low visibility on post-market hours.
Makes sense. How much of budget have you kept for this campaign and how long the duration you have planned for this?
So the we are planning. So this is a brand campaign. So we do not want to just come and go. So and especially because if you will look at Kotak Securities, we've been very low on the brand visibility part. Uh, Primarily because we were solving the challenges that we just spoke about, right? And now that we have come up with a brand campaign and we want to focus on reaching out to this audience. This current campaign at least will last for around 12 weeks, but we will have a sustainability blast that will last for the entire year.
And are you planning to go out on some other platforms as well, maybe print and out of home? Are those on your agenda?
Not for now, because again, like I said, we're very clear that we the TG on which we want to focus, right? And when I talk to youth, not many out for a physical newspaper today,
Yeah.
right? And and when we talk of outdoor, there's a lot of spillage that happens on the outdoor. And since we have narrowed down our TG, we're very clear who we want to talk to. You will not see these two featuring in our current plan.
So if we talk about your overall media pie, so it is digital and news channels primarily. So can you give me a ratio of how much on digital and how much on news channel in terms of volumes and in terms of budgets as well?
So volume is not comparable because see
Mhm.
digital impression buys and the ad spot buyings are very different. So volume
Yeah,
is not comparable for both the channels, but you will see a 60-40 mix on digital and TV.
60 on digital and 40 on
Yeah,
television.
yeah.
If I have to ask you what you are trying to achieve with this campaign, I think brand building is one aspect, and second would be to get more users on your platform. But if you can elaborate how this campaign is going to help you achieve that, and if there are any more ROIs that you're expecting out of it?
So see, the problem statement was very clear, like I highlighted earlier, right? So with this base that is there today, the youth, okay, uh, they are considering us elite. They're considering us not for people who are starting, but probably when they have larger monies, okay. So we're never their top of mind, okay. And also there is, though despite the fact that we're very high on awareness, okay, people who are aware about us also, they do not consider us because a large segment of them would be thinking that they are not digital. So this campaign, we're hoping this campaign will help us cross these bridges. So there's no additional. We're not expecting. If you look at the campaign, we're not selling any product. So it's a we're promoting mindset. So the idea is that we will be able, the brand awareness, the consideration, these levers will move with this campaign, and we're not high focused on ROI from this specific campaign.
That makes sense. And how do you think this campaign will help you stand out from the competition? As we have already discussed, that it is quite a crowded space, and there's a lot of information coming in, especially on digital channels.
I said that actually. So I'll repeat. I said that in a line, probably I'll elaborate. So this is not about selling a product, it's promoting a mindset. So in this campaign for Kotak Neo, we've consciously chosen not to go the traditional show and tell approach. Oh, these are the features, these are how they benefit. We've also not taken, or we've refrained from saying, it's just so easy to start, because we firmly believe that investing in the markets need the right amount of homework. Okay, so we've what we've done is the entire concept, or we will say the campaign revolves around these taste customers who are savvy, forward thinking, always a step ahead in their financial journey. Okay, we have positioned them as role models, and we've illustrated how they utilize Kotak Neo not just as a financial tool, but as an enabler to be a to probably have that smarter and the efficient lifestyle that they aspire for. This also resonates with the clients, right? They want to be seen as modern, they want to be seen as tech savvy, and they want to be seen as like they're in control of their financial future. So I think that's what this is trying to do.
Well, all the best for that. And as I said, already looks like an interesting campaign. And we were discussing before we started the call, you were asking me about how I felt about the campaign. And I mentioned that I could see a disconnect between the brand proposition and the campaign because it's very youthful, it's very quick, it's very crispy. And that's something you usually don't expect out of a Kotak Securities kind of campaign. But now after this conversation, I'm very clear in how perfectly it fits with the idea and the intent that you're moving ahead with. So best of luck for that and congratulations on that. I hope you are able to achieve what you're expecting out of this campaign.
Thank you so much. I
Thank
think we
you.
really need that. And I think, yes, in at least we've delivered what we had in our mind. And we still wait the judgment from the customers. And hopefully, the new brand track will tell us that.
And we will soon connect on that as well to
Sure.
do a follow up. But thank you so much for your time with you today. It was lovely interacting with you.
Thank you, Mansi. Have a great day.